She Scopol-Queens me a month ago. Stole everything.
Your phone?
Money.
It's yours, right?
Detective told me that I'm lucky to be alive.
How long ago was
There's
that?
been 40 Americans dead.
Yeah,
I'm lucky to be alive. I only took a tiny sip because she held my mouth and she poured it and I got a little bit in my mouth.
Men travel to Medellin for warmth, nightlife, and the kind of adventure that lives between desire and danger. They arrive from Miami, Houston, Toronto, and Los Angeles with the same plan. They want to relax, meet beautiful women, drink rum, and forget their lives for a few days. Median welcomes them.
I had heard about the dangers of Americans coming down here, and I had heard about this drug that girls will put in a drink and then they'll rob you, but I didn't think it would ever happen to me. I felt, well, I'm a bigger guy, they'd probably find an easier target, maybe some old guy, you know, it wouldn't happen to me.
Median welcomes them with open arms, bright lights, and the hum of music that never stops. The city looks like freedom, but inside its charm hides one of the most chilling crimes in South America.
Her name is Maria Alejandra Salgado Ortega, and she has been a menace to hundreds of tourists in Medellin and in different cities in Colombia. For many years, she had been drugging and robbing victims with impunity, sneaking in and out of apartments without any fear of justice, leaving her victims dazed and confused, wondering what had just happened.
I was in search of love, you know. I thought, I'll go to Colombia, I'll meet the girl of my dreams and stay there with her as long as I need to, maybe help her get a visa or a work visa with my company to come back to the United States. I mean, I know it was probably all wishful thinking now that I've been here a while. I feel violated, and you know, a guy like me might take it harder because I like to feel like I'm in control, and I probably feel feelings of revenge more than the average guy.
Among the bars, hotels, and dating apps of Medellin, there exists an invisible network of women, known by a name whispered in every Colombian newspaper, the Scopol-Queens Queens. They are young, attractive, and quick to earn trust. Their victims are usually foreign men traveling alone, men who match with them on dating apps and never imagine what is about to happen. The first move always feels harmless. A match, a short conversation, a photo, and an invitation for a drink.
The woman suggests Bumble.
Fritz would then open up the Bumble application, where he'll come across Maria's profile. She was using a fake name. The two will later match, and they will arrange for a date in Provenza.
We were supposed to meet earlier for dinner. She kept blowing me off and pushing the time back and pushing the time back. And next thing I know, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, and she's calling me, wanting to meet up.
The woman suggests a trendy rooftop bar in El Poblado or a quieter place near Laureles. The men, excited and flattered, agree without hesitation. When they meet, the setting is perfect. The lights are warm, the music smooth, the woman smiling. She laughs at every joke, touches his hand, and leans close to whisper. The chemistry feels natural. He believes he has met someone real, someone spontaneous. When the drinks arrive, she often insists on pouring the first glass or on offering a cocktail she ordered for both of them. While his attention drifts for a moment, a single drop of clear liquid falls from her fingertip, or from a small vial hidden inside a ring or perfume bottle. That drop contains scopolamine, also known in Colombia as Burundanga, or in darker circles, the devil's breath. Scopolamine is one of the most powerful drugs used in modern crime. It is extracted from tropical plants like Datura and Brugmansia that grow across Latin America. In medicine, it treats motion sickness and nausea in tiny doses, but in the wrong hands, it becomes a chemical weapon. It attacks the brain's ability to store new memories and to resist instruction. The victim remains awake, can talk, can walk, can even laugh, but the mind behind the eyes is no longer in control. Under its influence, a person can be told to hand over a wallet, a phone, or a passport, and they will obey calmly without hesitation. Later, they will remember nothing.
she
Inside the
wanted to
bar.
go right back to my apartment, which I was okay with. And so we did that.
At 3:49 a.m. in the morning, Fritz and Maria will arrive back at his apartment.
And immediately upon getting into the apartment, she wanted something to drink. And I really didn't have much. My friends had just left a couple days prior. There was some old stale Coca-Cola in the fridge in a liter bottle.
And so this is the point we believe that Maria would lace Fritz's drink with a sedative, most likely clonazepam. As she heads back to where Fritz is sitting, he is completely unaware.
He thinks he is just drunk, but his consciousness is already slipping away. Within minutes, she helps him stand, leading him out of the bar as if they were a couple leaving together. On security cameras, they look happy, walking arm in arm through Medellin's crowded streets. No one notices that something is wrong. Once back at his hotel, she guides him to the elevator, helps him open the door, and tells him to sit. He obeys without question.
Then I thought,
She opens
well,
his bag.
I didn't really drink enough. I mean, it was a little bit that slid down my throat. It couldn't have been enough. The back massage and head scratches and everything, neck massage she was doing felt really good. And I just thought that maybe I was overreacting a little bit or overthinking a little bit, and that this nice girl wouldn't do that to me.
And so with no immediate effects of the drug, Fritz believed that he was wrong and that Maria had no malicious intent.
She opens his bags, pockets, and drawers. She takes his cash, his credit cards, his passport, his watch, and any electronics she can carry. Sometimes an accomplice joins her to empty the safe or withdraw money from ATMs using his fingerprints and codes. The man sits quietly.
I looked for my phone, I couldn't find my phone, but I see my phone charger without a phone connected to it. And I specifically remember plugging it in because the battery was really low. And that's gone. So now I'm like, oh shit. So I got up, walked to the other room, my computer's gone. And then next thing I do is go check my pants. Well, my money's gone. Next thing I did is look for my passport. That was there because that was hidden. I just couldn't figure out, my brain wasn't really working. It was like in a fog. I couldn't piece together what I should do.
When she finishes, she looks at him once more and leaves the room. Within an hour, the drug finishes its work, and he collapses into a deep, black sleep. The next morning, he wakes up to sunlight cutting through the curtains. His head throbs, his mouth is dry, and the room feels wrong. The drawers are open, his wallet is gone, his passport missing, his bank account empty. He remembers the beginning.
So I remember I plugged my phone in, I laid down on the bed. She started giving me a back massage, and that was it. I woke up probably 15 hours later, shot up out of bed in this fog. I couldn't put together really where I was.
Confused, Fritz would wake up 15 hours later, wondering what
Bank
had
account
happened.
empty. He remembers the beginning of the night, the laughter, the music, the woman's eyes, but everything after the first drink is gone. He stumbles to the mirror, staring at his own reflection, unable to piece together how he became a victim in the middle of such a beautiful city. Doctors at Medellin's.
My mom had received a phone call, or not a phone call, but a text message requesting the front and back of my ID.
By this time, Maria had already forwarded Fritz's financial information to her criminal accomplices in Bogotá.
She got access into my cell phone. With that access, she could open and use my Venmo and also my Cash App account. So she was able to extract money. I think the maximum was $2,000 a day. I don't know, it was probably $10,000 and $13,000.
Doctors at Medellin's hospitals know the signs well. Confused tourists arrive daily, dazed, dehydrated, and missing their belongings. Tests often come back clean because scopolamine leaves the bloodstream somewhat quickly. Police reports pile up with similar stories. A foreign man meets a Colombian woman from a dating app, goes for drinks, returns to the hotel with a hottie, and later he wakes up with nothing. Some victims are found unconscious on sidewalks or inside taxis. A few are found dead in their room, overdosed by accident when the criminals used too much of the drug.
The detective told me that I'm lucky to be alive. There's been 40 Americans dead. I'm lucky to be alive. I only took a tiny sip because she held my mouth and she poured it and I got a little bit in my mouth.
Local media has exposed several organized networks that recruit women to carry out these crimes. The women are often from poor neighborhoods, promised fast money by handlers who provide them with the drug and information about wealthy tourists. Each case follows the same pattern. On a weekly basis, authorities arrest women labeled as Scopolamine queens, leaders of these operations who control groups of younger female recruits.
What she do to you?
Okay, 1 month ago, I met her on Bumble. And then I took her back to my apartment and she Scopol-Queensed me in a drink. She stole my computer, my phone, all, todos moneda, or a dinero. And then I woke up 20 hours later and I'm lucky to be alive.
During raids, police have found stacks of passports, jewelry, phones, and small bottles of clear liquid. Even after arrests,
I looked for my phone, I couldn't find my phone, but I see my phone charger without a phone connected to it. And I specifically remember plugging it in because the battery was really low. And that's gone. So now I'm like, oh shit. So I got up, walked to the other room, my computer's gone. And then next thing I do is go check my pants. Well, my money's gone. Next thing I did is look for my passport that was there.
Even after arrests, the crimes continue. The trade is too profitable and too difficult to prosecute. Without witnesses, and with no physical trace of the drug, the evidence fades faster than memory. Victims describe more than...
And I couldn't believe it. I was walking along and there she is, holding hands with what looked to be another American guy.
And so in sheer coincidence, Fritz comes face to face with Maria, the Scopolamine queen who drugged and robbed him and stole thousands of dollars.
She locked eyes with me and I could just tell by her facial expression, she was like, oh my God.
Maria is already pulling back, understanding the gravitas of the situation, and within seconds, her and her friend will make a run for it.
And so I took off after her. I wanted to restrain her. There's normally police everywhere in the Provenza area, so I thought, well, let me just grab her.
Brenda and Boogie were there to witness the events.
I saw just this American just grab a woman like this, and then he started saying like, help me, police, police, and she started running away, like.
Victims describe more than robbery. They describe a deep sense of violation. They were not beaten or forced, but controlled like puppets, used and discarded. Many say they feel embarrassed to report what happened because it began as a date or a flirtation. The shame hides the scale of the problem. In 2023,
I was in search of love, I thought, I'll go to Colombia, I'll meet the girl of my dreams and stay there with her as long as I need to, maybe help her get a visa or a work visa with my company to come back to the United States. I know it was probably all wishful thinking now that I've been here a while. I feel violated and, a guy like me might take it harder because I like to feel like I'm in control and I probably feel feelings of revenge more than the average guy.
In 2023 and 2024, Colombian newspapers recorded a rise in foreign victims, with the U.S. Embassy issuing multiple warnings about drugging incidents connected to dating apps. The city continues to thrive, but under its nightlife beats a quiet, ruthless economy built on trust, beauty, and a molecule that steals choice. Scopolamine erases...
Holding her, I was screaming for someone to just come help me restrain her. And no one wanted to help, including the guy that she had been with or was holding hands with. He wanted nothing to do with the situation either, so I really felt all alone. There were people everywhere, especially the second time I had her restrained. There were people everywhere just watching but nobody wanted to help, no matter how loud or I pleaded.
Maria struggles and throws an object from her bag.
In the meantime, with all this commotion, she was able to reach into her bag while I had her restrained and grab the drug and throw it into the nearby stream, you know, of all the places. And that was our smoking gun that we needed here.
That
and
steals
now
choice.
it was gone.
Scopolamine erases the line between consciousness and unconsciousness. It steals memory first, obedience next, and finally, sometimes, life itself. Victims have been found with empty eyes, unable to recall their own names for hours. Yet on security cameras they appear calm, almost happy, while the women beside them lead them into taxis or through hotel corridors. That is what makes the crime so perfect. It looks like consent. It feels like consent. But it is a chemical illusion. The streets of Medellin glitter at night, but behind the rhythm of salsa and laughter hides a silent predator. The Scopol-Queens walk among the crowd in attractive dresses and perfume, carrying tiny vials that can ruin a life in seconds.
The detective told me that I'm lucky to be alive.
How long ago was
There's been 40 Americans dead.
Yeah.
I'm lucky to be alive. I only took a tiny...
And the cycle repeats. New faces, new drinks, new disappearances. The city remains beautiful, and the danger remains invisible. The lesson is simple. Never leave a drink unattended. Never trust a stranger with your glass. Be aware that in the wrong hands, even a single drop of a clear liquid can erase your will, your memory, and everything you value. The devil's breath is not a myth. It lives in the nightlife of Medellin, in its music, its smiles, and its shadows, waiting for another man to arrive believing he is untouchable.
She Scopol-Queens me a month ago. Stole everything.
Your phone?
Money.
It's yours, right?